Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to discuss the algae bloom in Cancun. As you can see in this picture, you can see some gray matter floating around the ocean and on the beach lying there. And in this picture you can see it to your right, another brown spot, and on the beach as well from the algae growing. And in this picture on the right bottom you can see the place where the algae is growing as well. And in here you can see how long it is. I mean, it can extend hundreds of miles of just algae around the Cancun beaches. And in here you can see the brown spot in the middle of the ocean as well. So the algae problem is there. And it's growing and it doesn't seem to be any way to stop it. Now what algae is, it's called Sargassum. That's the official name, and as you can see in this picture, it's natural for the environment. It's good for it. You can see a fisherman here trying to fish away from the sargassum, and you can see birds and other species living off the sargassum. So it's not a bad thing. It's just that the quantity of sargassum coming to the Cancun beaches is just not healthy for the environment. And if you put attention in here, this diagram, you can see a lot of sargassum coming from the South American region, Central American region to the Cancun beaches and the Cuban island. So you can see there's a lot of sargassum coming from these places. They're the ones that are to blame. Now Cancun is one of the biggest beaches and tourist attractions in the world, and without a doubt is one of the most famous ones in Mexico. It's without a doubt the most expensive beach with the biggest tourist attraction for Mexican people. So as you can see, it's really important for everybody to try to take care as much as possible from the beaches. In this case we can see photos of the beaches where sargassum isn't existent. As you can see, there's a huge difference in terms of beauty and water related activities. I mean, it's impossible that you go to Cancun and say just don't go to the beach right now. There's a lot of sargassum that it's not dangerous for the human health, but it can bring certain diseases, and without a doubt it's just best to avoid it. And we see a lot of pictures here from Cancun, which are the ones that have been showing off. Just look at how blue the water is supposed to be. There's just no brown spots. In this picture we can see again the beach without any brown spots. And here you can see the beach. It's completely, the sand is white. That's how it's supposed to be, no brown patches. Here you can see some green patches, but that's just normal part of the environment. Now a good way to actually start removing this sargassum is a technique that's not very different from cleaning oil that has been thrown to the ocean. So the technique is pretty similar. And here we can see the rubber floating stuff. That's what they use usually to remove oil. And in here you can see the brown spot and the yellow spot trying to clash together to avoid sargassum to get into the beaches. You can see they're floating nets. That's what they are. And in here you can see sargassum getting stuck, and you can see these red balloons to see how much it is. And this is a ship that's usually used to contain oil spills, I have just told you before, and they're basically using the same technique. They're just incorporating a net right now so they can stop sargassum and try to stop it as much as possible from coming to the beaches. It's basically impossible to stop it, but they're giving it a try. And here you can see the technique is the oil spilling technique. They're just trying to protect as much as possible the hotels. You can see them in the background. You can see the big hotels. You can see this really large area to protect, and it's really hard. I mean, you can see it stretches for miles and miles. And in this particular case, there isn't sargassum yet on Cancun beaches, but they will come soon. I mean, it's coming to the beach. We know the tide, it's going to arrive sooner or later. So they're just preparing themselves and trying to see and trying to protect the hotel beaches. And there's just no way of stopping it. And that's everything for today. So please subscribe and thank you for watching this video. If you're more interested, please subscribe and comment below to see what other topic would you like to see next.